We cannot agree with the fact that it is now proposed to resolve collective security issues without the Russian Federation. This will not work. We have already explained more than once that Russia does not overstate its interests. But we will ensure our legitimate interests firmly and harshly. And I'm sure that in the West, and above all in the United States, they understand perfectly well that seriously discussing security issues without the Russian Federation is a utopia, a road to nowhere. We lost our home. We were destroyed. These are civilians. Why did they hit them? Why did they hit them? My nerves are frayed. I can't take it anymore. I am shaking. I have been displaced for more than a month or two. This is our state. Now I have to secure mattresses, food and water. No one listens to us. What is the fault of the children, the people, the elderly and the sick?
والحمد لله على كل حال.
No matter what happens, no matter what form this takes, the Europeans are going to have to take the lion's share of the burden. It's their continent, it's their security, and the president's been very clear they're going to have to step up here. But I think the president's preference and my preference would be, let's have them meet regardless. You don't have to figure out every issue, and sometimes leaders sitting down face to face can break the logjam that their teams don't necessarily have the ability to do. There really are two big questions lingering out there, and in some ways it's very simple, but in some ways it's very complicated. Number one is Ukraine wants to know that it's not going to get invaded again by Russia. It wants to know that it's got territorial integrity long into the future. The Russians want certain pieces of territory, most of which they've occupied, but some of which they haven't. So that is really where the meat of the negotiation is. The Ukrainians want security guarantees. The Russians want a certain amount of territory.
High waves pounded the shore of North Carolina's Outer Banks on Wednesday as Hurricane Erin threatened dangerous storm surge and flooding along the U.S. East Coast. The storm was churning north in the Atlantic with maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour, and it was expected to strengthen. That's according to the National Hurricane Center, which warned that roads in low-lying barrier islands may become impassable, with waves as high as 20 feet crashing ashore. It also warned beachgoers along most of the East Coast to stay out of the water because of life-threatening surf and rip currents. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein declared a state of emergency on Tuesday, freeing up state money and manpower to help during the storm and its aftermath. Tropical storm and storm surge warnings are in place for other parts of the North Carolina coastline, and swimming has been banned as far north as New Jersey and New York City.
McDonald's is cutting prices in the US as consumers rein in spending. That was according to the Wall Street Journal on Wednesday. The news follows weeks of discussions with restaurant operators concerned about the change. It reportedly sees the company offer financial support to franchisees if they agree to drop prices. The move is meant to win back diners worn down by economic woes. McDonald's will now discount 8 popular combo meals by 15%. The Journal says it will also offer $5 breakfasts and $8 Big Mac and McNugget meal deals later this year. They will be marketed as extra value meals. The company declined to offer a comment on the report. McDonald's has already benefited from its existing affordable meal bundles. Earlier this month, they helped it beat Wall Street estimates for second quarter sales. Rivals including Domino's Pizza and Taco Bell owner Yum Brands have also been doubling down on value meals. The fast food industry has been battling to counter a slowdown in demand, mainly among lower-income families.
In close. That's it. Turn her around. I'd been doing a huge amount of research and working with parks, trying to get the project off the ground. And it was a fairly new concept. People didn't really believe that elephants could be rescued and rewilded. And I was very insistent that we rewild these ellies, that we don't, keep them in captivity. Captivity is not great for elephant. Elephants live they live difficult lives. They're persecuted in many ways. And I wanted to try and highlight that within Zimbabwe to just create awareness and just get people to really care. There's not a lot of information about how to feed elephant babies. They're very, very difficult to hand raise. And every single one is different, which is really interesting because, if you're dealing with a kudu or a giraffe or even a rhino, there's formulas available, and normally one formula will fit all the animals. But with elephants, it's not like that. It's completely...
Starting Thursday, fans can watch all of ESPN's sports and shows without needing cable for the first time. That's when the channel launches a new app for live games and personalized sports updates. The move is an attempt by owner Disney to bring back millions of fans who have switched to streaming since 2010. Compared with the ESPN Plus app launched in 2018, it says the new app is much bigger and made for today's sports fans. Disney Chief Executive Bob Iger has called it a sports fan's dream. The app includes over 47,000 yearly events from sports like the NFL, NBA, and tennis for $30 a month. It comes with free ad-supported Disney Plus and Hulu for a limited time. A new Verts feature offers personalized vertical video highlights. Users can also track their bets with an ESPN Bet tab if they link their accounts. Analysts say it's all a chance to target non-cable users without stealing too many viewers from ESPN's cable business, which dropped from 100 million homes in 2010 to 61 million this year. ESPN, which made $1 billion of Disney's $4.6 billion operating income last quarter, will promote the app with ads featuring actor John Cena. Cable subscribers will also get the app, as ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro said the company hopes to move all customers to the platform, quote, because that's by far the best, the most holistic experience.
Serbian scientists have been experimenting with mealworms as a way to break down polystyrene, commonly used in packaging, insulation, and food containers, and help solve a growing plastic waste problem. That's according to Larissa Ilijan, a principal research fellow at Belgrade's Institute for Biology. She says the bacteria living in the larva's guts can break down plastic into carbon dioxide and water, and showed no evidence of leaving microplastic residue in their innards or feces. They can even digest styrofoam, which takes over 500 years to decompose in nature. Serbia, which hopes to join the EU, recycles only 15% of municipal waste, far below the EU's target of 55% and less than 2% of household waste. Over 84% of waste ends up in landfills, often unregulated and filled with plastic, cardboard, paper, and organic waste. Ilijan says the team is focusing on researching the mealworm's ability to eat single-use plastics, as it is currently the biggest polluter, especially since the 2019 health crisis. The project is endorsed by the Serbian government, the United Nations Agency for International Development, and other international donors, and builds on similar research projects in the US and Africa. Ilijan hopes one day her research will function as a recycling system on farms, with mealworms eating up plastic waste before becoming animal feed.